We are starting soon.
Hello and welcome back to Album Book Club. Tonight we will be going with the recommendation from Joe of Black Signal, which is the album Amen by the band Igorr, or as my Russian coworker said, Igorr. He roll his tongue better than me. Anyway, just jumping right into it. Top 3. I go with Infestus, Ancient Sun, and ADHD.
All right. My top 3 were Blast Beat Falafel, Ancient Sun, and Silence.
I had Limbo, Daemoni. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that or not, but and then Infestus.
I had Silence, Etude number 120, and Ancient Sun.
All right. So, and for our bottom tracks, this wasn't anything personal. Etude number 120.
I had ADHD.
I was say, don't worry, it might get personal because I also had ADHD.
Well, I also had ADHD.
Oh, I knew this was going to happen. I was listening to it and I was thinking immediately, God, Carson is going to hate this song.
I'm glad that I'm the hater. Wow.
I'm glad the hive mind has infected David.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I knew it was coming. All right, and getting on to the tracks themselves. For Daemoni, I gave it an 8.05.
I gave it a 6.
I gave it a 6.5.
I gave it a 6.
So yeah, I was digging the rhythm. Fuck yeah, throat singing. Really digging the vibe and atmosphere. Like the way it kicks in. That dramatic flare up of the chorus. Cool. Bringing in some classical guitar. No idea what this lady is saying, but I can dig it. Back to weird robot rock. Solid metal vocals. The phonetics of what's being spoken is clear when read along, but I don't know French.
Yeah, the song is kind of hard to understand if you're just listening. But there is definitely a very strong influence that I feel in this song in particular. It's present throughout the whole album, but in this one, it's way worse. Can we talk about how much these guys love Mick Gordon? The Doom soundtrack. This sounds like it was pulled straight off the Doom soundtrack. There was a lot of weird influence, and like some of the same synths were used that like Mick Gordon likes to use. It's cool, but it definitely gets like really repetitive with some of the heavier parts. I just wish like the chugging and the screaming sections sounded a bit cooler. Like we have variety, but nothing really engages you super well.
That's weird because I like the Doom soundtrack, but I think despite what every other review on this channel would lead you to believe, I did not like the synths very much on this album at all.
I don't think they use them very well.
Mm-hmm. Although the synths at the very beginning are all right. The like 808 intro is pretty cool. I think it kinda does a pretty good job of leading you into what you're getting, minus all the metal stuff. In the world of synths, it does an okay job. The build up after that lasts an appropriate amount of time, so I'm happy about that. There's no 2-minute intro. I like the choir parts. I didn't expect, but did like the classical guitar, and I did like the whole ending of this one. I think it's a little overdone here, but it's more overdone in other places on this album. The like glitched vocals, I liked it here, and if it stopped here, it would probably be a more positive note.
Yeah. Off the bat, AirPods, no go on this one, Dudge. Just straight up killing your ears. Other than that, man, there's like a really cool black metal riff for like 2 bars. Pretty solid. You guys kind of hit a lot. The biggest takeaway I had from this, it's very cinematic, as Carson gave me the word earlier, and thank you for that, sir.
Yeah.
It reminded me of being in like the queue or in the ride at like Universal, and originally I had said Harry Potter, and I was like, that's not quite right, but then I remembered there's now a Universal Monsters ride at somewhere, and I don't care where, but that is probably more apt. And then yeah, the glitch effects, just straight up junk. I hate them. I don't really like them in many songs. I don't like when Buckethead started doing it like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, I guess. I don't like it now.
Hey, he didn't pull out the box fan yet, so I'm not mad.
That's fair.
Don't worry, I'll curb stomp it later.
I don't know, maybe because I grew up with dial-up internet, maybe that kind of thing clicks a little better for me. Because it really does remind me of when you're logging in back then.
This dude's so unk.
The only thing I could think of is the ad I keep seeing for the fan plugin, where it just puts a little fan on the screen, and when the audio starts running through it, it spins. Because that's exactly what the effect is.
All right. Next track, Headbutt.
No one else here is a producer.
I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it a 5.5.
Oh, I give it a 6.
Give it a 5.
Pretty weird, but at least interesting. Intro, okay, the autocorrect must have did something. I was like, what was I trying to say here? Intro with the black bear and piano thing? I should have reread that while going through. Oh well, showing a little more range with the metal vocals with a super low growl. Not a huge fan of how they incorporate the opera singer. Like the drumming and blast bears. Okay, that one I did LOL leaving that typo. Like the variety within the song. Getting trippy here at the end.
Calling out your own typos is another level. All right, for me, I think the full 40-second intro on this song that realistically is actually a minute long because we don't get that heavy break in until minute 1. It's just way too long, and then when it does really start to chug and get in your face, it does sound pretty good for all of 45 seconds, and then it gets kind of boring because they don't change it up enough. And then they do this transition into the opera style, which I think could have been super cool. However, I don't think they executed it very well. I think they mistimed it. I think they did the switch way too late. There's this weird, awkward gap in between both the styles, and instead of this nice flow in between them, you have this hard stop of the heavy stuff, then a kind of gap, and then the opera stuff. It's weird. They kind of just timed it awkward, and I don't feel like it flows as well as it was supposed to. And then I also just despise whatever happened at the end. It dropped it by a full point.
The end of the song or the actual outro to the song?
The actual outro.
No, those pianos were sick.
No, I did not.
That was my favorite part of the song.
Yeah,
I did not like it.
Getting trippy is a good thing in my... when I say getting trippy, that's a positive.
For me, because the song was so jarring, with its transitions within itself, having an outro that has just all this crap in it, it was weird for me. I didn't like it.
No, the actual outro kills everything except the cool old pianos and just let it ride.
Then I'm talking about what happens right before that.
Yeah, no, that part wasn't great. I will agree there. What was I gonna say? Oh, I wish I didn't say the fan note earlier because it's this song where it happened. I didn't like the fan effect, but they moved the glitchy choppiness effect to the guitar, and I thought that was cool. Hey. It's interesting because I think my biggest issue with this album is a lot of the metal sounds very similar to the rest of the metal on the album, and that was something new and interesting. It's a little early to do all the new and interesting things, but this was mostly just the song that I was reading other reviews on, not to steal, just to get the general vibe. And a lot of people called it black metal, which I disagree with. And then I saw a note or a review that gave it a much lower score because it's not black metal. And they were like, this mix doesn't work for black metal. I'm like, yeah, but also this mix wouldn't work this song wouldn't work if it was mixed like that. Because cutting between the metal would work, yeah, sure. But then it would cut to this opera that would not sound good in that mix.
I hate seeing Dia Morte up right behind you guys because that's just this album, but executed way, way, way better.
You think I didn't put that up there on purpose?
I disagree with that statement, but just because I think they're trying to do way more.
They are trying to do significantly more in this one.
And I don't even think it's executed necessarily poorly. I think it's just executed to a different vision than one that we see fit. But also, that's a lot of European music that tends to make it not much further than Europe. It makes it to America and other countries in their niches, which is what this is. This is niche music, and it's just, to me, there's so many cool sections that they do so very well. But then I get 30 seconds of it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, there's 5 minutes of song here. Give me 5 minutes of that. You got 12 songs. You do it across 12 songs. Give each song
You
their
don't
own
need two
thing.
songs that are under 30 seconds.
Yeah, you don't need one that is 12 seconds. It's just that. But yeah, everything I have a problem with on this song is exactly that. It's just there's too many different things going on for me to grasp anything. I don't like the fan effect on the guitars.
Oh,
I don't like the guitars cutting out. It's just it's almost like jazz, but not exactly. I kind of want to refer to this as like spaghetti, where it's like everything is just kind of woven within itself, but is still a whole product when given to you. And it's just when you pick all those pieces apart to follow something, because that's what we tend to do in music, is you pick one thing and you're like, that's my anchor, go. And there's just not an anchor here.
It may be more like nachos without the chips.
So cheese.
No,
a
not
pile of cheese and ground
regular
beef?
nachos, like loaded nachos, but no chips.
Oh, so chicken salad.
The hell you putting on nachos? How's
Chicken, lettuce, and tomatoes. I guess there's a sauce, yeah, in chicken salad. I'm thinking of a garden salad with chicken. That's just what goes on nachos. But no, I think that's too much, because it's not all jumbled together and then you get a good bite of it all. It's things that all work together, and then you can't follow where any discernible line goes.
This might be a me only analogy, but any Chipotle burrito, it's all there, but it's all sectioned off into like its own corners.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
I was like, that might just be I'll be getting really
You know
bad
what?
luck, but
No, Chipotle
I know
burritos are
exactly
weirdly
what you're
segregated
talking
like that.
that is how they be. Yeah, it's just a lot of cool different things going on, and they just not quite are a whole picture. It's a whole picture, but not exactly. It's one of those things like a shadow puzzle in Resident Evil. It only works from this angle. And
welcome
that's
audience to reference night. Everything we
Exactly.
say is going to be a reference to something else.
Yes, I love references.
Bunch of nerds here.
Nerd.
I caught that reference. Now
This
we're
dude turned into an eagle.
Anyway, are we ready for the next song?
Yes, sir.
All right, Limbo. I give it a 7.15.
Gave it a 5.75.
Gave it a 7.5.
Gave it a 5.
Oh, more choral stuff. That's cool. Nice grandpa's guitar. The melancholy piano makes me think of the beginning of the It remake for some reason. Okay, the lady opera singer wasn't my jam, but when the guitars really kicked in and it went full chorus, I can dig that. Her lower range is much more enjoyable. Her rocking scream is funny. It just comes out of nowhere. It's like, oh my god, lady. So that was at least amusing for me. This Travallo at the last minute mark is cool. Cool end.
Yeah, this song is like if a banshee attacked you in a church. Like,
I like
it does have like a banshee attacks you moment, and we have this like they do a beautiful job of making I don't really want to call it a soundscape, but like they do a beautiful job of just like painting this picture of like you feel like you're in like some odd ethereal church, almost like circa Dark Souls DLC. You know, like you know what I'm talking about.
Their orchestration throughout the whole album is just next level. They know
It's
where things are
nuts.
supposed to go and what sounds are supposed to be there. They then just add too many.
Until
They just
until
keep
track
Yeah,
five.
like my whole
Until track
beef
5.
with this track is how weird the vocals get at the end. I really just can't get into how they sound. I don't like whatever they did to them.
Yeah, this one is actually the reason I put that CD up today.
Yeah.
This reminds me very much of Ashes and Sorrow off of that album.
Good
And
track.
that track is goated. This was also the track where I realized I probably was going to be a synth hater for the first time on the show. No, that's all I had.
It's crazy that Connor's a synth hater this time.
So that's never happened before in the history of the show. So
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know how this didn't get a thumbs up, but it got like 3 lines of notes.
because there's plenty in the second half.
That's true. There was just the opera sections are good. You know, soft guitar was pretty solid. I didn't love when they broke into all their heavier stuff. That banshee scream, as Carson referred to it. It's just not. I don't want to say well done. It's just not right. There's something wrong with it. I don't know if they put one too many effects on it, if they need to add auto-tune to it, if they need to take away auto-tune. Something is just not quite there, and it really just sounds like a bunch of spit in someone's throat for half a second, and that's grody. Other than that, it's just a fine track. It's not offensively bad, and it's not impressively good. I think it's, there's parts that are impressive, like the orchestration of how things weave and work with each other, and then there's just some piss poor sounds that are chosen to make that happen, and it be how it be.
I fear we don't on this album yet know what piss poor sounds are. We'll find out here in a minute. But
Yeah, like in one song for me.
two for everybody else.
Nope.
Except David.
Blast Beat Falafel. I gave it a 7.5.
I gave it a 7.
I gave it a 6.
Give it a 3.5.
Hey, you get my number 1 track out of your mouth over there, buddy.
I gladly would throw it up.
This dude doesn't like falafel.
I love falafel. That's the offensive. That's the sucky part. This is offensive to me.
What was so offensive about this track?
It's just a bunch of random BS, man. The clean tone on the guitar is just piss. It's terrible. And then they add in. I couldn't figure out quite what the instrument was. If it was a synth or a guitar with a synth or a guitar that just has a weird distortion on it. But there's like a weird electronic-y seeming sound towards the end. Not a fan of it. There's
You're
a lot-
talking about the weird synth guitar.
Yeah, it's playing the same as the clean guitar, which is why
Yeah.
I was leading towards guitar. But then it's got a weird.
It's like an
timbre to
electronic
it.
guitar.
It feels like a DG10 or something like that.
Yeah.
But it's probably just a guitar with a plug-in.
I love how I said
electronic.
electronic guitar as if like electric guitars aren't.
Well, no. That's why
you know what I mean.
I validated you with DG10.
Yes.
If you kids look that up, that's a Casio guitar. But it's just, I feel like this was a song, and then I was validated when I went to see that there were features on it, that there was not a single idea said no to. And so you have a lot of really cool concepts for like 30 seconds at a time, and none of them are explored hardly at all to make room for everyone. And that's just, I understand you're making room for everyone, but, there was already room for everyone to meld on top of something. You take someone's bass, you take someone's midline, and then you take someone's high, and then ta-da, now that's your song. And instead you went, here's your section, here's my section, here's your section, group. It was like, man.
You know what's diabolical about this being my number 1 song? I actually think the vocal performance in this track is kind of doo-doo. I don't really like it. It's kind of buns. But the actual music going on in the background is killer. They're in the cool Egyptian scale, so that's always going to get you bonus points. It was just a fun listen for me. I had a lot more fun with this track. That was really it. Like, I just had more fun with this one than the rest of the album. And I mean, really, I'm a little outside my genres here. Like, I like a little bit of like black metal and heavier metal and stuff like that, but there's some stuff in here where it's not for me.
Yeah, most, if not all, of my points came from the first half of this song. I like the use of different percussion that isn't just the snare in a garbage can, which sounds worse than it is, but it's actually the sound of the snare, like with the depth of a garbage can.
Thick snare.
He's
It's
saying
not.
you
It still
sound like
sounds really bad. It
trash.
still sounds really bad, but it's. I'm not meaning for it
Saying
to.
anger snare.
Yeah, that one.
That's a bad snare. You don't want to agree with that.
No.
Just wait until
Yeah.
you hear my next
Yeah.
2 scores.
It's not that
Okay.
bad. It's.
I
I
was-
was gonna say the knocked loose one, but I didn't like that one either.
I say you notoriously hate that.
Yeah, I know, but There's other stuff here in the percussion section. I didn't mind the classical guitar, and I kind of liked when the electric guitar came in, but then the rest of the song just like didn't do anything that impressed me. Like the whole first half was like, here's a bunch of cool stuff, and then we're done. We're gonna go back to formula for the rest of the track.
It's legit like, ears cool, thumbs up.
Mm. I think the snare note I'm looking for is they put reverb on it. There it is.
Reverb on a piccolo snare. Connor's worst nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, almost a little funky and Doom 93 vibes at the beginning. Bit of a surfer sounding guitar, question mark. Bongos, question mark. Neat interplay between the drums and guitar. They know how to keep things interesting. All right, hearing more of that Middle Eastern influence mentioned in the description, his high-range metal vocals land for me too.
Everything in the kitchen sink.
And by the way, I'm not laughing at you, David. I was laughing at my notes for the next song.
Oh,
yeah.
my notes for the next song are diabolical.
Yeah, that guitar, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, please, band. It feels like single coils or like a telly. It is like the least metal guitar they could find, and it's got no beef to it, you know. It's real hollow. It's missing some oomph to it. A little bit of ass. Needs to hit the gym and get some squats in.
He's clip farming for Wednesday.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. I had to be this Wednesday real, so might as well be the next one, and the next one, and the next one.
All right. ADHD. I gave it an 8.25 second.
2.
That's really funny. I also gave it a 2.
2.
Hey, that's pretty unanimous.
Yeah, I knew you guys were going to
Your score also had a 2 in it.
And funnily enough, yeah, okay.
These are government confirmed here.
This
folks.
opening, this is super cool. Really experimental and trippy feeling. Lol, the name really makes sense. Heart swap there. Man, this tickles my brain. Yes, a harpsichord. Cool. Makes me think of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. And also, it did really get into the Mick Gordon Doom 2016 here and there, I think, on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Ending was feeling a little too jumbled, but comes together for me at the very end.
Okay.
You know, have fun.
I am going to read my notes bar for bar.
Ooh, I can't do that.
I'm going to. It's probably not a good idea. The first thing I wrote, I don't like it.
Is that it?
The second thing I wrote,
okay.
I actually hate it. Fake flutes suck. The back half is better than the front, but it's still god awful. And that's all I have.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure this was the song where everything was just such a jumbled mess the entire time. We were swapping back and forth. It truly felt like ADHD personified into a song. So you made your point. I hated listening to it, and I'm never going to listen to it again.
I wonder if I do have ADD or ADHD sometimes.
Maybe.
I do. It did not help this review. This is Beep Boop the song, and I swear to God, on beat 7, there is a reverbed cartoon bonk sound effect.
I'm for it.
This is in no way my genre of electronic, and the song does live up to its name, though. So
I'm gonna keep it buck. I'm gonna have to shorten my notes here, but because it's funny, as David liked the intro, my first note here says this started like a fart. In the next note is just, why is this just making me mad? It's the bad kind of what the f. It's just a bunch of random stuff happening, and then things that get distorted for the point of why, and it's just. I understand the song is called ADHD, and you truly want to live up to the title. It makes sense. I get the vision. It was just a poor vision to have, maybe. This is definitely something of unexplored concepts, unaccepted sounds. It's just a reason to do things for no reason, and I can't get behind it.
I think I would put this on a playlist, but like a road trip playlist, and this is a jump scare that I've added for like way later in the.
No,
In the
no,
shuffle.
no. That's the next track.
This is like a 10 hours of
Yeah.
random clanking pipe noise video.
You know what? Don't you actually have those in your playlist?
I do have a couple of jump scares in playlists. Yeah.
I thought so. I thought we were like driving down to Nashville one time. We encountered like an Alvin and the Chipmunks noise or a Five Nights at Freddy's jump scare. Or some shit
100%.
like that.
Both of those things are there. You're remembering correctly.
Oh, I'm just remembering what's on your playlist. Diabolical things that Connor has.
I'm gonna be honest. I haven't used it. I haven't pressed play on that playlist since that trip. Like, what? 4 years ago now? 5 maybe.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad all of our road trips consist of dope lemon and metal.
It's true.
Oh, and K-pop. Or not K-pop. Ew. City pop.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe Freudian slip there.
All right, all right. Don't ask me about Cat's Eye. No, just kidding. Truly don't know if that's actually K-pop.
All right. Next song is 2020. I give it a 10/a 1.
No, I gave it a 1.
I gave it a 1.
I gave it a 1.
I wanted to give it just an NA. Like, I can't give it a score. But here's my thoughts. If this is the very end of side A of the vinyl, I'll give back 4 points.
Okay, so like jump scare. At first,
that-
I was
what?
like, how could you possibly have thoughts on a 17-second song?
17.
Oh no, I
thought
got
it was
12.
It's
Notes.
12.
12.
They're mostly jokey though.
No, I mean, all that happens in this track is someone sneezes, has a seizure, and then dies. Like it's just a bunch of random like.
Yeah, this guy is down
exact-
with the sickness.
Exactly like 2020. Yep, that does feel like the year 2020 condensed into 12 seconds. 10 out of 10, no notes, absolute cinema, pure Kino, for reals. It's such a non-song, it feels hard to rate.
I also did think it was weird that this is 2 reviews in a row where we had a year, like a recent year, as an album track.
Look, man, as someone who has not exactly processed how old they are, you got to stop doing it to me, because I had to come to the realization today that 2020 was 6 years ago.
Yeah, over half a decade.
Yeah.
Recent
And
enough.
Now we're old. No. I'm agreeing to your
Oh,
point.
okay.
I'm saying the fact that I haven't processed that I've been an adult that long. Messed up.
Yeah, it creeps up on you.
For real.
Thanks. All right.
Don't read the comments in this video.
I'm older than Logan, by the way.
I'm the youngest one here.
Oh, man.
Read that.
And the most chopped.
And the most chopped. That's a true statement right
Thanks.
there. Youngest and most chopped.
Damn.
I got tattoos to salvage it. Didn't work.
Didn't work.
All right. Mustard Mucus. I gave it an 8.
I give it a 6.25.
Give it a 5.5.
Give it a 5 and boom. Why'd my thumb go that way? There
Because
we
you
go.
got weird long thumbs.
Yeah.
Gimpy.
Is this Pulp Fiction?
I meant to say Gimpy. My apologies, my good sir. That was one hell of a Freudian slip.
You can't expose what we be doing. You can't. No.
Yeah, this one is odd, but still kind of fun. I think a lot of the timing that they use in the song actually kind of comes across weird. The vocals aren't too great, but the instrumentation is kind of what's killer here. Yeah. Wow. The instrumentation is kind of what's killer here. It's kind of what brings the track back and makes it fun.
We're losing him.
You're lucky we're on camera because we would have clowned you so hard.
I think this song is a paradox because I want to take points away because the recorder sounds bad, but I also think this song would just be a thumbs up without the recorder. So I don't know what to do about that.
My exact reasoning for a thumbs up was I looked at Carson after after having listened to this track and said, that passed, and I genuinely do not remember a single thing about it.
You did say
Not
those
even a
words.
recorder.
There was a recorder?
There was.
Yep.
Beats me.
It's the only thing I remember about this song.
I think I was still so mad about the 12-second track that...
Hmm.
Gone.
Again, I get what it was doing for the 2020 thing. That year fucking sucked. Yeah, going more straight up metal for the opening, more Doom 93 vibes, then blast back into the metal. I just think it's neat. What the hell? I love that Yoshi flute right before Pure Chaos. Almost math metal for a bit.
Calling the recorder a Yoshi is
Yeah, I know.
insane.
That's its new legal name.
Is it insane? Is it?
It's awesome.
When I
That's really what it is. It's a Yoshi flute, dude.
Yeah, when I re-listened to it on the way here, I was trying to think of a joke about Miss Stevenson's class or something. You know, recorders, you know, and all that. Oh well, they know how to keep things mixed up. All right, Infestus, 8.75.
Give it a 4.
6.75.
Gave it a 5.
When did the Prowler get here? What's going on? We're getting like the big old in the background. I was just confused at what I was listening to. It was really weird, and I had a really hard time getting into it. And like I'd say about halfway through, closer to the end, it gets a lot more bearable for me and becomes like more of an actual song. But I just felt like the beginning was so like spacey and hard to get into. Like I didn't really understand what was going on. So.
See, I love that neat horn. Gives me a nice pagan vibe that I can really dig. Nice driving rhythm. Good get your battle ready music. Like,
It's funny that he got Pagan and I got Prowler.
what's Prowler?
From Spider-Verse? Oh, I gotta show you that.
Miles
Wow, that's
Morales
super
is
uncool.
uncool.
Oh, okay. I'm not a huge comic book guy. Sorry.
No, I'm talking about like a specific sound bit that they use in the movie. Every time he shows up.
Oh,
like,
so something even more specific.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
I'm like truly talking about something niche. That's why I'm letting you in on it. Like,
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, he's
thank
teeing
you.
you in on something like one of the highest animated box office movies of all time. He's letting you in on the bit.
yeah,
And
totally.
so is Frozen, but go on.
You
No,
haven't
every
seen
time he's
Frozen?
on screen, like that big like horn blare happens in the background, and it's supposed to be like his aura or presence or whatever the fuck.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I don't have that frame of reference. Like I mentioned, really digging his metal screams. LOL, I always like a random vomit. Blech. Those crack me up. The blended chorus is weird but neat. Those must be the Tibetan instruments with distortion that they talked about. The high-pitched opera singer works a little better blended in the background. I don't like it when she's just bam right there in your face, but when she's kind of just ethereal and back there, I can live with that better.
I think it sounds a little bit better when it has the ethereal stuff going on with it.
I kind of liked this one. It's got a more cinematic feel. I really like the choirs, and there's like a low vocal drone towards the end. That's all I had, though. There was not more. I don't think it's that long of a track, is it? Isn't it like 1:30?
Yeah, this one.
Yeah.
No, is that this one?
I think it's this one.
No, this Infestus is
This
like
one's like
5
5 minute.
Oh, is it?
5:25.
yeah, I
something
think
like that.
Etude number 120 is 130.
I thought there were two that were 120
Oh, there may
or
have
130.
been.
I know there's two songs that are 130, but it might not be that one.
But yeah, look, I'm gonna keep it a buck. This one lost a lot of points when I clocked that on Connor's computer exists a demo of me playing this song from at least like a year ago. Because I was like, hey, this is how you play metal. And I just played the most generic riff I could come up with, and this is it. And I get it. It sounds real cool. This is probably the least complex song we've had on the album, and that lost it a lot of points. It's also very predictable. And then it's literally just a bunch of everything we've already heard, and then a riff that I wrote. I'm kidding.
He's not.
I have played that exact riff, and it's just a very generic, easy. You're kind of playing in a downed tuning, so they tune down to D. on their main string or whatever variation of tuning they're playing in. And then they just played, it's like an 8-7-6 generic numbers, real easy down scale, and that's all it is. Someone nerdy enough to understand that will clock it, and they'll be like, yeah, that guy.
All right. Ancient Sun. I gave it a 8.15.
I gave it 6.75.
I give it a 6.5.
Give it a 6.
Feels like I'm in the desert land in Diablo 2, which is super cool. Like the drum beat, and that guitar is keeping me engaged. Getting really heavy with the atmosphere. Super cool. And the lady singer is kind of reminding me of the vocals from that song from The Mist.
This reminded me of the desert in Diablo 4.
Yeah, I see that too. Diablo 4 did try to take a lot of vibes and.
Oh no, they
from
definitely did. I'm talking about the one that the PvP area that got introduced in the green DLC. But I got that exact vibe from this song, and I'm like, dang, David clocked that. That's so accurate. And I just like the vibe of this one a little bit more. I got more into it, and they kind of kept that like kind of desert vibe the whole time. Musically, they make it like a really vibrant soundscape. It's super cool.
So I did not expect the intro that we had on the song to go into the guitar part that it did. It was a little jarring. I did really like the build up to the actual meat of this song. I like the opera vocals. I didn't hate the harp, but it, I think, too much reminded me of that one iPhone alarm. And then I lost it because they brought back the Scooby-Doo theremin from 2 weeks ago. Yeah, this song, I don't think it's bad. I think it's, for maybe the first time on this album, missing something, and I don't know what that thing is. I think there's one element missing that would have like raised it to the next level, but
I think cohesion is what it's missing, because we have a really cool intro. It's weird, it's spooky, it's like a haunted house. It's that same theremin we were talking about. Exactly. Go check the Monday Wednesday reel if you want to see that theremin sang. And then you just get thrown into like happy instruments, and it's in a minor key with a major inflection, and that's a very stupidly hard thing to explain to somebody. But essentially, the piano's in happy mode while they're playing sad keys, and it doesn't make sense. And then suddenly it's Prince of Persia, and I mean, it's not anything bad. It's just not. From second 1 to second, whatever, 240, it's just not anything logical or linear. It's 3 separate sections that are just there. So you've got like an E shape instead of a line.
E.
it's really hard to predict these bits with the switcher.
All right.
I guess we're locking Connor out of the hive mind. Logan and I are spending too much time together.
Darn lizard government got him, man.
Bummer.
It's weird that his eyes close sideways.
Oh, they've always done that.
He just doesn't close his eyes on camera.
He swears.
I blinked as you were saying that.
We should do an episode Scott Pilgrim style where we just don't blink while we're on camera.
Wait, that's a thing in that movie?
Yeah, no one, unless like intentionally closing their eyes, or I think there's like 1 or 2 accidents, they purposefully are keeping their eyes open as much as they can to feel more like a graphic novel, yeah.
Huh.
And that's Edgar Wright, baby. My favorite director.
I do love Shaun of the Dead, and Hot Fuzz is so goddamn funny. Anyway, pure disproportionate black and white nihilism. I give it a 7.95.
I give it a 6, and I'll get this out of the way.
I give it a 5, and I'll get this out of the way. I also didn't write about half of the title on there.
I'll give it a 5.5.
Yeah, more Grandpa's guitars. Cool. Thought we were going to have another atmospheric one, but nope, back to some cool metal. Like that heavy robot bass drop. And that Bill and Ted, well, excellent riff is fun.
So I got really sidetracked on making a bunch of funny references in my notes in hopes that people would actually have notes about this song. So instead of getting real notes, you'll get what I have, which is, we on Spooky Island. They just did the chicken sacrifice in the cave. That's around like the minute 30 mark. And then it starts going like crazy. And then I said, somebody get Melvin Dew. And then it never changes. It just stays that kind of weird, spooky vibe, and then gets heavier, and then it just goes. It's cool. It's fine. It's not offensively bad, and it's not abhorrently great. So, or abhorrently, that sounds bad. It's not like amazingly great. So 5.5.
Etude number 120. I give it a 7. And this.
I give it a 6.
I give it a 5.
Give it a 6.5.
Duh rules.
Mhm.
This one is basically just an intro to the last track, but it does sound like nice. This one legitimately sounds pleasant. It's this nice like kind of orchestral intro, and I really like it. So yeah, got a 6.
Wow. That's, I think, all there is to say about this song. This is definitely one of the minute 30 ones. It's good. It's short. It just moves the album along. I'm worried. I think it kind of hurts the pacing, though. Not nearly as bad as ADHD in 2020, but every minute and 30 song on a 12-song album is going to hurt a little bit. And this one hurts much less than some of the others, but...
I needed this. This was lovely. I liked it. I got really scared. Like, I had genuine worries that they were going to add it and make it get real heavy and crazy. And I was like, please don't do that to me. And they didn't. And it was very lovely. I liked it. I'm a classical guitar fan. That's what the forward of this track was. So.
All right. And for the final track, Silence, I gave it a 7.25.
Let me double check and make sure. Yep, I gave it a 6.5.
Written as a 5.5, but I'm going to give it a 6. I did kind of like this ending.
I gave it a 7.
Listen, it's good until everything falls apart and turns into dubstep. I don't know.
Mhm.
I don't know why the hell you thought that was a good idea. That's my only gripe with the song. Everything around it, like the musicality sounds great, the instrumentation sounds great. I just don't really like the choices that they made, like in the direction of the song. It's not even that the dubstep really sounds bad, or like I don't think it's done super well. It's just kind of odd to have your last track be so heavily electronic influenced when the rest of your album was so heavily not.
See, I feel like the first half was, though. They
I
kind of
can
lost it in the
kinda see
middle,
it.
but...
Yeah,
So-
yeah, I would
I was
agree
saying,
with that.
to me, this album kind of exists in a triangle where it's electronic, orchestra, and metal. And it is not in the middle of that triangle. It kind of moves around. And for a lot of this album, they forget the electronic stuff. But by this point in the
You know
album, I
what?
had already accepted that it was there.
I feel like the walls of the triangle are made out of trampolines.
Yeah.
I was just going to say triple Venn diagram it. 'Cause there's
Either that
songs
or,
where
like,
there's,
make it a
the
bouncy
big
ball.
focus on all that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, the orchestra stuff here is great. I think it works really well as an outro. I like the build up. I am not a fan of the dubstep stuff, but I said that in track 2 that I wasn't a fan of the electronic stuff on this album.
Yeah, pretty piano intro with some pretty vocals. Maybe a bit of a near vibe. Lovely strains, like how we transition here. Robot apocalypse kind of vibe. I'm for it. Doom opera. Feels very appropriate as an ending track. Wonder if they'll fade out with some metal. No, guess not. That's fine.
I think I did have an issue with that. I wish they, as jumbled as it might have been, I kind of wish they brought the metal back just a little bit in this song, just to kind of show all of the things that they did.
Yeah, wrap it up kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Although that's probably the Somewhere City in us talking. So
I personally didn't have a problem with this track too bad. This felt also like the most ode to Euro metal, I guess, because that electronic sound is just Euro metal. That's like Rammstein and all that jazz. That was the first one that came to mind. Sorry. But yeah, it didn't bug me too bad. It was a bunch of the things that as the album went on, I came to grow and like. I hated the opera stuff at the beginning, I'll be honest. And by the end, I was like, this is good. And retroactively, it made me like it. But it had the best orchestration on the album in this song. This was the proof I think I needed to be like, oh no, these guys, they know what they're doing. They're just having fun with it. And it's sad that it took to the last track, but the orchestration in this track is just magnificent. It's phenomenal. And then there's just the weird flavor thrown in. And that's a flavor I don't think I was feeling today, but, you know, that's cool.
All right. Pacing. I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 6.
I also gave it a 6.
And there's your third 6.
Dang, we really are the hive mind with this one.
Good amount of tracks. Don't think any overstayed their welcome, and most of the placements seem pretty on for me. So.
Yeah, the only placement I really had an issue with, the only really down part of the album is ADHD back to back with 2020. I think it is, right?
Are they back to back?
Yeah, they're back to back.
Yeah.
Huh.
Despise that part of the album. Want it to be over super quick. I mean, 2020 is super short, but even then, I just don't want it to be on the album at all. Just either that or tack it on to the song before. Like, I already hate that song. It's already terrible. Just make it worse. Have a true shitter track, and then the rest of it.
What do you mean the one before? That was your top song on the album.
The one-
ADHD?
No, you said the one before ADHD.
No,
you
I'm
said
saying tack 2020 onto ADHD.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying put ADHD on the track before. I was like, you like that one. What do you mean?
No.
Yeah, have a
Okay.
real mid track.
No, I'm saying you should just take 2020, tack it on to ADHD, turn that 2 into a true 1, and then you don't have a 2 and a 1, you just have a 1. It heightens your average.
Yeah, it helps.
That's probably fair. No, my notes actually just say it's fine. I don't think any amount of shuffling fixes I think my problems are mostly just with the electronic stuff and the stuff that I just personally didn't like. I think adding 2020 onto ADHD is fine, but if that's not the cutoff of the side one of the vinyl, then I'm mad anyway. So it's not going to fix the pacing to do that, and it's the same result in my brain at least.
Yeah. Keep it a buck. 4, 5, 6, 7. Terrible chunk of this album for me. And that's a third of it. It's just it doesn't work within itself. And then the whole rest of the album, as far as is, there's not enough exploration in concepts, which this is kind of more a note for the end, so I'll keep this brief. It's just they didn't ever have time to explore within their own songs because of how much they just had going on.
Sorry, viewers. I don't know if that came in through the mic or just our headphone amp, but that was weird.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Did y'all not hear that?
No.
That
No.
was a pretty loud static sound that just shot through both my headphones.
I also
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if that came through the board or just our amp, but
Was
I
that?
guess it
Did
must-
you two hear that?
yeah.
Must have been you two, because I didn't hear anything.
We didn't. I didn't hear anything.
Say,
let's touch tips real quick, see if we zap each other. No,
No,
we're
we're
good.
You two love touching tips.
Can't make that joke.
I think we have
Just
a very
the
similar
tips.
joke to make.
He forgot where he was for a second.
No, it's a person. It's a joke. It's a reference to a person that I don't have the time
Yep,
to get
yep.
into for right now, but I'm sure he gets it.
Oh, I
almost made
immediately
the
get
same
it.
joke.
All right.
catch you up
Album
later.
art. I gave it a 7.5.
I actually gave it an 8.
I gave it an 8.
I gave it a 7.
Dude, this album art's sick.
Mhm.
I actually really like it. I think it actually does a pretty good job of what you're getting into. It reminds me a little bit of the Dia Morte one, and I was like, that just, yeah, that fits. And I think the art itself is really sick.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just don't love it, but yeah, it's super neat, and everything you said feels fitting. appropriate?
Yeah, good picture, good integration of artist name and album name. I thought better on album name though. The having it at the bottom is really sick, and just generally as a picture, I think this is great.
Yeah, thought it was cool. It reminded me of this movie I watched one time called Sleep. Very
It does look
similar
like-
cover art,
It does.
and I liked that.
Yeah.
I think that one had a better color scheme.
It just had red.
It had
That's
exactly
all
what
it
the
is.
difference was. It had red. I preferred it.
I don't know. I like the blue border on this one.
It's very nice.
Very nice.
Although I can't explain it, but it's too symmetrical for me. It's like it makes me uneasy.
I think in my brain it's the right amount of not quite symmetrical.
It's valid. Ah, the dichotomy of man.
All right. Overall, 7.5.
Overall, I give this album a 5.5.
Overall, I gave it a 6.
Overall, I gave it a 5.
I mean, for me, I guess I fit that ADHD description kind of thing. I like how we're all over the place. I definitely like swings between really pretty and then like getting really heavy into the metal. Like a handful of songs. Yeah, I don't know, my kind of jam. I could dig it.
Yeah. I don't feel super the same way. This isn't really my genre. This isn't super my jam. There's some cool tracks on here. If you're into this genre, you may like some of this. David. Apparently, David says some of these tracks are pretty good, so maybe you should check some of them out. But my overarching problem is it's just kind of boring for me. Like, I didn't find a whole lot here that I was super interested in. Like, you're gonna find, if you're like searching for things to enjoy in this genre, even if you could even call this a genre, really, if you're like in this niche listening group of people that would enjoy these sounds, this is probably gonna be good for you. But if you're outside of that, it's just kind of nothing.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of cool ideas done on this album, but there is such a large percentage of it that just I couldn't get behind, which is like all of the electronic stuff. It's not for me. It's definitely for somebody. I think it's done well enough that I can recommend it to you if you enjoy the things that are on here. Nope, that's it. Yep.
Yeah. Look, I'm gonna keep it a bug. I think this is a European album meant for Europeans. It's awesome. I am looking for something on more, I guess, a Dream Theater scale for this kind of music. I want a 13-minute track out of these guys. I want to hear all of what they have to offer truly explored instead of this 30 seconds for 5 separate things. And then we repeat those sections again. I don't like that. That's not my format. Give me 3 minutes with the synth and then 5 minutes with the guitars and the vocals and then, another 5 minutes with the opera. There's so many cool things here that just go almost entirely unexplored. Like we don't even scratch the surface of like any good sounds out of certain things on this album that could have room to just go and explore if they were given more than a like root note and then maybe 2 others. And they just didn't commit to the cool stuff, but they did commit. I think they just didn't commit enough. Double your track, or not double your track length. Double your track time.
Track length, not track amount.
Not track amount, yeah. Track time, not track amount. Double that, and I think we're golden here. This will tell a story, and one that's very beautiful to French people, but it was a lot of cool stuff that just needed more. Although I do agree with Connor, this is definitely, as it says, perfect for someone who likes all of these things and is probably a little more ADHD than I.
Yeah, I'm probably up, aren't I?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are we listening to next week, Connor?
We got a throwback
Take it
for
away.
you. Next week, we will be listening to 99% by Catronata. This is the second time I've announced that album.
Let's go.
We're actually going to do it next week.
Yep. Sorry.
No cancellations this time.
All right. If you made it this far, go ahead and hit like and subscribe. And then we need you to head down to the comments and we need you to leave a song, EP, or album suggestion for us to check out an upcoming video or live. And we will see you in the next one.
See ya.
Goodbye.